Okay, welcome back to part 2, where we're gonna take this sample we created in the first part and turn it into something like this. So let's go. Alright, here we are. Have a little beat, simple drum and bass style beat. I'm not usually doing this kind of sound, but I think this kind of basses work quite well with drum bass neurofunk. So what I'm doing usually is I bring in my whole sample. You see, this is all the thing we did before, and I just go through it. Try to find some nice spots like this one here. And start building a track. I mean, a piece of a track. Of course you could use a Dr. X at this point. Just chop it up into samples, but I'm very selective, so most of the time I only use like 2 or 3 specific parts of the sample, so I think I would go crazy to go into Dr. X and cut it all up into hundreds of samples. So yeah, I prefer working this way. It's quite fast. Yeah, everyone does in their own ways, so there's no right or wrong on how to do it. Alright, playing around, finding some, okay. And now, to make the sounds more interesting, I like to play around with the stereo field, additional distortion, additional filters to really make them stand out in a track. Saturation, compression, all of that. And a lot of automation. Like in my tracks, I think I use automation on everything I do. Like here, to open up a sound. By automating the stereo widener in the highs. Play with pitch, just go and see what works well. Some pitch automation. Bring it back. Yeah, that sounds funky. Yeah, here using the sample loop, which I think in drum bass neurofunk is quite a good tool to have those wobbly repeating sounds. Play with some reverb. It's nice to add very short reverbs to give it a little bit of space. Then yeah, same thing again. You go into your sample, you look for sweet spots, for nice sounds, and just chop, 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 chop. Cut it, look for it, okay, sounds good, gonna use this one. But of course you're gonna use some different effects on that. Of course in this case, I'm not creating a track. I wouldn't go like this really, but it's more to like show how you can play around with the sample you created. More lovely notch filter automation. this case, maybe there is not enough sub or bass in my sample at this point. So I'm just gonna add a simple sine wave that can do the job. Of course, I don't do a lot of EQing here, because that's something I would pay more attention to, but that would be another 2-hour, way too long tutorial like it already is, but it's a first, so here again, I go back to the sample, I'm gonna scrub through it. Treat it differently, find a very nice spot. I'm gonna use that and play around with filter, effects, pitch, and so on. That's a nice beat. There you go. Double pitch, why not? I'm actually commenting what I did. So I'm speaking, but I'm not actually doing what I'm talking. I did the whole recording before, then realized, maybe would it be smarter to speak while I'm doing it.
More edits, my friends. Here, loop.
Nah, it sounds bad. Again, I'm gonna grab my sample. Okay, choosing another part I like. Just EQ it, find some nice frequencies. It's gonna fit well to the track. Distortion, of course. Decapitator. If you can afford it, just get it. It's my favorite distortion saturation plugin out there. Some more fun pitch modulation. Let's see. Automation. Of course, here we need one of those neuro kind of break sounds on the last 2 quarters or the last quarter. Yeah! It's a nice one. So here I lose the forward-backward loop of a little piece. And of course you can play around. Just take the sample you had here, make it rhythmically more interesting than what I did here. Move stuff around. Just listen what you do and find something that works. Okay, that sounds kind of funny. I'm just doing the same over and over again. I go to my sample, cut out stuff that sounds good, automations, and let's see how. Oh yeah. But you see, all the sounds I'm doing here, it's basically just chopping off what I did before in the sound design process. Of course, this whole track is based on one sound design pass, but I usually make hundreds and just run through it, go through it, look for what sticks to create something like this here. Yeah, there you go. All right. I hope this was useful. I know, this was a bit long and tedious, but it's the first one. I'm probably gonna do some quick ones to do some more in-depth sound design stuff, or whatever comes to mind. Have fun!